Hi everybody, my name is James Gonzalez and this is James Light Out, and today my guest is IFBB Pro Dancovea.
He actually said my name right. Yes, it is Dancovea Anderson.
I've been working on that all day.
Bro, you got so red before you said it. I was like, oh, he's going to fuck it up. He's going to fuck it up.
I know, I was like, no.
I would have walked out, guys, straight up. Don't take disrespect.
Just so you guys know, do you pronounce his name correctly? So, or else he'll beat you up or make you do push-ups. So how long have you been a pro?
I've been a pro since 2019.
So how has your bodybuilding career been? How did it start?
Wow. Okay, so I started when I was it actually took off in Germany. I didn't get deployed. I was stationed in Germany, and I've always been interested in bodybuilding. Why? Because bodybuilding embodies training, and I love training. I absolutely love training to the core. I love seeing my body change and whatnot. So after a while in Germany, I started figuring out the process of entering shows, looking at shows, and I even hired a local coach at the time. And he got me into my first show, which was done in Italy, Padova, Italy. And I didn't win the overall. I did win my class, but I didn't win the overall. And right after that, I kind of switched coaches after that, only for knowledge-based reasons. And my next coach was an Italian guy. I'm so sorry I forgot his name, bro, because he was honestly a great coach. A great coach, hands down. I couldn't see it at the time because I was young and wild, of course, but he was definitely a great coach. And right after Italy, I competed in the UK at the Ben Wheeler Classic. That's where I earned my pro card. And then right after that, jumped into my pro debut a couple months later, won my pro debut, which qualified me for Olympia, and game after that.
Nice. And you've already competed on the Olympia stage, correct?
Yes, twice. Not good showings at all, but I did compete twice.
Okay. So that's your next goal, to compete.
Yes.
Okay, nice.
Yes.
And what is your goal in bodybuilding right now?
To be the best. To be the absolute best in what I do, regardless of any class that I am. Well, honestly, my goal is very personal, bro. My goal is to obtain this physique that I am proud of. And in reality, I will never be proud. I'll be honest with you. I will always want more. You know, I will. There's no point in my life where I'm gonna sit there and be like, you know what, this is good. I'm gonna hold it there, unless it's an injury reason. You know what I'm saying? So I'm chasing a goal that I'll probably never reach.
Well, but you've reached a lot of people's goals, and you are people's goals.
Right.
And I think there's some value in that body dysmorphia. And
Yes.
I think this love yourself for who you are.
Yes.
But I think that's a good part. You know, you should love yourself, but I think also we should know that we can do better.
Correct, because it drives you. You know, that's the driving fact behind getting better.
You know, I think it's even disrespectful when someone says you're doing great and you don't have to try so hard. That's almost like, fuck you, bro.
You don't have to try so hard. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but it's kind of offensive to me. It's like, no, I could do better. I know I could do better.
Facts. And that's always how you should think, dude. Especially if you're a competitor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You should always be reaching for something more. For instance, being Mr. Olympia or even Miss Olympia in any category, you're not just gonna win it and then maintain that look. No, because everybody behind you is chasing. So they're gonna be better, and if you show up the same way, you're gonna take that L.
And I think that's where a lot of people in the health and fitness community mess up. A lot of people that are going to get a trainer, they're like, I just want to maintain my look. And it's like, you're not going to maintain it. You're either going to get fatter, and you're going to end up losing muscle, but no one ever maintains.
Correct.
You know, our body doesn't work that way. Our body either grows or it atrophies. And I think this whole thing of people I don't want to get big, all that bullshit. It's like, that's fucking hard to get big.
Yeah.
You know, it
is not easy.
You know, people I just eat a little bit of protein and I'm good. It's like, I've been eating a bunch, never worked. I wish it was that easy.
Right? I ate some chicken today, so I'm going to grow 10 pounds.
Yeah,
I'm good.
So okay, let's go talk it on your meals, man. What is your meals like?
Well, you want to hear my actual meals or just my macros?
Well, I mean, let's just go on your whole diet, bro.
Ooh, too easy. So in the morning, I eat 10 egg whites, 1 whole egg, 80 grams of oats, and 100 grams blueberries. Second meal will be 10-ounce chicken and 200 grams rice. Third meal would be, I believe, 8-ounce ground beef and 200 grams potatoes. Fourth meal, we're looking at 2 scoops of protein, 80 grams oats, 1 banana, and 16 grams of peanut butter. Fifth meal, we're looking at another chicken meal. if I'm not correct. I believe it's another chicken meal, and my last meal will be another shake also.
So that's a lot of work.
Correct.
To do all that stuff.
Correct, which is why I love my guys at Macro Lab, because they support me with almost every single meal, every day, every week. Macro Lab, thank you so fucking much. Thank you so much.
I mean, they're great food, and I do love working with Carla, and Luis. They're just great people, and they practice what they preach. And I think when it comes to meal preps, there's so many companies out there that they don't live it, or they're just kind of doing it for $1.
The major key in what you said is practice what you preach. They live that life. You know what I'm saying? They prep themselves, they compete themselves, so they know how important it is for me to have what I need in any season, whether that be my growth phase, my competitive phase, whatever it is. They're there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They're never like, oh, okay, we can't support your growth phase, bro. It's too much food. You know? They're always like, okay, what's the plan? Thank you. Come pick up your meals. You know? Nice. That's why I love. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. And then you're also sponsored by Ageless, right?
Ageless Booty, Adriana. Yeah. I hope I didn't say her name wrong. Yeah. Yeah. Great woman. Hands down, great person. I'm glad I met her. At first, it was just, she did sponsor me with the recovery blend, which includes BP 157, and Jesus, I'm going to blank.
It was probably CJ 1295 with ipamorelin.
No, not the CJ 1295. It was paired with the BB57. It was
TB 500.
TB 500, yes, a recovery blend. And before this, guys, I'll be honest, I knew minimal about peptides, very minimal about peptides. I didn't look it up because I honestly didn't care to. I started seeing it post a lot in different guys' story. When I say guys, I mean actual competitors. And it drew my attention a little bit, but when I met her explanation on those products helped me to basically start using it. And I did see a difference in the recovery blend because I did have a lot of pains, whether it be joint or muscle. I did have a lot of pains, and it did help relieve some of those pains.
And then you inject it near the site, correct?
Negative. I did sub-Q.
Okay,
I did sub-Q, yes.
Okay, nice.
Yes, but I did not do site injections.
But it's also just real small with an insulin syringe.
Correct, correct.
So it's really easy. So if someone's scared of needles, it's just...
Yeah, it's honestly not that bad. It's nothing wild, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't leave any crazy pain or scars or whatever it is.
Nice. And then you also did the NAD drips with her. How did you notice the difference with those?
The pump, dude.
Really?
The pump. I actually noticed... Excuse me, guys. I actually noticed a pump difference. I was very critical when I first took it, and I was like, if it doesn't work, I'm going to tell her, yo, this shit does not work for me. But the actual session when I trained, dude, the pump was intense, and I didn't even take my normal pump products, you know? And I liked the feel, so I continued using it. And she did tell me I was at my max dose at that time. So maybe that helped also.
Nice.
Yeah. And that's something continuous I'm running every week also, along with the glutathione.
Drip. Yeah, I think glutathione is a great thing, and I think a lot of people, it goes for the person who's just a heavy drinker to the person who's running some liver toxic PEDs.
Correct.
I mean, I think if you're running, I think your liver is people don't think about it. They think about heart health, but liver health is really important. You're not going to lose the weight. You're not going to be healthy if your liver's dirty.
Correct.
And there's just so many things out there that will mess up your liver.
I don't think a lot of people consider it because, and this is for your normal fucking, I guess not so your normal gym goers, but people don't understand PEDs. They don't see a problem until they see a problem. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So the insides doesn't really affect them until it affects them. They see that problem on the outside, and they're like, oh, shoot, let me go see what's going on, before addressing that problem before they see it. So I think that's the major key there.
Yeah, I think it's just easier for people to just take stuff. And I think that's why a lot of people have the acne problem, and you don't really have acne at all.
No, negative,
and so
do not.
What side effects do you get from taking PEDs?
There's one thing I experienced while taking Deca, and it was, a lot of people refer to it as Decadic, which is like erectile dysfunction, and I immediately came off. It kind of scared me a little bit, so I stopped taking that right away.
So when I talk to you about your cycles, it's kind of crazy because with me, if I saw you, I'd be like, oh, this guy's taking a shitload of stress.
He's taking the world, dog.
And I was like, I talked to you, and I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Because El Paso, it's like, what are you taking? And it's like a bikini competitor, a gram a trend. I'm like, what?
Right, right. And I'm going to be honest with you. There's coaches that have given me intense plans. When I say intense plans, I mean the gear cycle was intense. It's hard. It's tough. It's a lot of gear. And I honestly, guys, I refused. I told them I don't want to run that much gear. And that was a personal thing for me, not so much a scientific response. I did aromatize very easy at that point, so that was something I was scared of also. But it was just I didn't think I needed that much. You know what I'm saying? One of my best cycles, bro, was just testing growth. That's one of my best cycles. I saw the most gain in my growth cycle by just running tests in GH.
You know, I think a lot of people mess up, but they don't realize how much they aromatize, and then they get gynecomastia, or they don't even take estrogen blockers at all, or they'll take Novadex.
Correct.
And I think Novadex, it has its place, but like you're still building up that estrogen in your body. So once you get off, you know, with the Novadex, you're just gonna get the gyno right then and there.
Correct.
So,
I feel the problem is where the knowledge lies, bro. Because I'm an advocate for gear, bro. If you're gonna take gear, do what you gotta do. It's your body, do what you want, bro. But if you're not knowledgeable on what you're doing and what you're taking and why you're taking it, that's where the problem lies. You know, because a lot of guys think they can just come in the game and run. It's like game. I'm talking about the gear world, the dark side, as they call it. So and run like a gram of trend all year round. You know what I'm saying? Not realizing what that's actually doing for them inside. You know what I'm saying? It's the knowledge is where they lack. So I feel like if the knowledge is there, a lot of guys don't make these crazy ass mistakes. But then again, a lot of people hear gear and automatically think negative. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen, without realizing what the gear actually does and how can you work around it or work it in your favor. You know what I'm saying? By either A, running less, or B, only running certain compounds.
And I think like even running less or safer compounds, it can actually even be more expensive. Because you look at like how much trend is in comparison to taking something like Primo. Primo's very expensive for what it, you know.
Correct.
For that,
but at the end of the day, bro, you're still coming out of pocket for money. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not put yourself in a better position? If you can't afford it, then easy. Don't fucking take it. Like that's it, bro. Like, you're not ready for that. You're not ready for that world. Especially if everything else doesn't balance out also. Like, if your life doesn't balance out to take gear, like, let's say your lifting is not up to par. Your diet is not up to par. Your lifestyle is not up to par. You're drinking every weekend, bro. Why are you adding gear to that situation? You know what I'm saying? You're already feeling at that point. Why not wait till everything is on track and then move into that dark side and take some gear, you know?
You know, that's true. So, but, man. Oh, sorry. You've taken methylene blue too, right?
I've taken methylene blue. I have.
How did that affect you?
I had zero effect, honestly. Zero effect. I did feel like a caffeinated response, I guess. I feel like a little caffeine boost when I took it. But other than that, I felt absolutely nothing. I'm not going to lie.
Well, I think it's for a certain population. I think it's the more unhealthy you are, the better it is. Now, if you're really healthy and your mitochondria is not damaged, it's not going to do anything. And I think with you and your diet and you have a pretty healthy lifestyle. How often do you drink?
I don't drink.
How often do you have cake?
I don't eat cake.
Do you have when's the last time you had a dessert?
I don't think the audience would wait that long. I can't remember.
Oh shit. Okay.
A dessert to me would be a peanut butter sandwich. I could tell you the last time I had a peanut butter sandwich.
Okay, let's go.
2 weeks ago.
Oh shit.
2 weeks ago I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It was slapping. And the bread was toasted. Love it.
Damn, you make me feel bad.
Yeah, that's about honestly, bro, I'm very, when it comes to something that I want, I'm very fucking disciplined, regardless of what stage or where my life is. You know, I say that because like a lot of things happen as a bodybuilder. You go through some stuff off the stage, you know what I'm saying, behind the scenes. You go either emotional stress, financial stress, whatever it is. For me, it's easier to stay locked in those times, you know what I'm saying? For other people, it might be a little bit difficult, you know, because you're under that stress. Either you A, stress, eat, B, don't eat, whatever you do, you know? For me, like, it's easier to stay locked in because at the end of the day, I still have a goal, and my goal doesn't give a fuck about what I'm going through in life. My goal is still gonna stand there and look at me like, hey, are you gonna achieve me or not? You know? So I rather much just stay locked in because that food is always gonna be there, bro. My body or competitive season is not always gonna be there. You know, it's gonna be a time where my body's gonna be taxed out and I can't compete anymore. And what am I gonna say at that point? What I've achieved, you know?
But I think also like when you need the food, it tastes better. So it goes to the point like even in prep, like you're like depleted and you're like, it almost can get to the point where you're like, I'm gonna have some white rice, and that is the most delicious thing in the world. Or some sweet potato.
I'm telling you, some seasoned asparagus at 2 weeks out, spot on, bro.
Yeah, like it's like a piece of cardboard. It's like, this is delicious cardboard. You know, it's like you just enjoy the small things. I think people think bodybuilding's hard. I think it makes you enjoy life.
Yes, it definitely does. It makes you look at the little things a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, like, they go out, they indulge a lot, and they're like, whatever, I'll do it again next week. For us, it's like, you know, you have these 20 weeks where you lock in and then you have that little time of fun. You enjoy it a lot more. You look at it different, like, damn, I really like this. You're not going to do it for the rest of the week or more days than that, but that one time is good enough. And
I think that's what sets up people for failure is they don't enjoy the process. They're like, oh, you know what, bodybuilding, it's peak week, I'm going to be hating it, or it's, you know what, my coach cut my carbs. And I was like, instead of just like being like, hey, what it is. Correct. Let's just fucking
That's like walking into a prep where you know the goal is to cut weight thinking, oh, when is my next cheat meal?
Yeah.
Or when is my high day? You're already wrong at that point. You know what I'm saying? Always remember what the goal is. The goal is to be lean as fuck on stage. Lean as full as fuck on stage. Cheat meals is not going to get you there. All right?
And I think like even the use of cheat meals for some coaches, they're like, oh, you can have a hamburger and fries. I mean, you can get the same response from just having a double meat hamburger because you can get more protein and cutting out the fries.
Yeah.
You know,
but that's solely depending on where that client is at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like some clients need to drive it down. They need to be in the suck for a little bit to bring that look. You know what I'm saying? Other clients might achieve that look before, and then you can start playing around with certain stuff, which I understand. But other than that, if you're going into prep thinking, when is my high day and when my cheat meals are going to be, you're at a fault.
Yeah. And I mean, thinking then it goes on like comfortable life.
Yes.
You know, in that comfortable training, it's like if you're comfortable, you're nearly not gonna get that look and like comfortable look. And I think that's where like the typical bro split is good to start with, but like okay, you're split right now.
Yes.
How is it? You come to me every week and you're like, my legs hurt or something freaking hurts.
Correct.
And it's just like something always hurts. I think if you're not hurt, you're not gonna like grow.
Correct. My split is solely based on my weak points.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I make sure my weak points are double tapped every week, which means I'm hitting about max of 8 sets per weak point every week, and then I fit in my other body parts as I go. Being a seasoned lifter, I understand how to use that to my advantage. You know what I'm saying? I am focusing on overall growth, but I know my body parts that has to catch up, and I need to focus on those. A normal, I would say a beginner they can run the same split, but they wouldn't understand the intention behind the split. So the effort or the intention would not be there. They just run there and check the box. Okay, I lift this, I lift this, I lift this. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Instead of thinking, yo, today's my thickness day for back. I have to kill this. I have to crush this. My coach gave me more carbs for this day. I have to put forward more effort rather than going in there and just checking the box. You know?
And I think that really goes down to like your coach. And you've had your coach for how long?
Wow. 3 max plus. Sorry, coach. He knows I'm not good with time, but a while.
But I mean, he's like your best friend, like in
correct,
a way. Like
correct.
it seems like he's been with you all kinds of like he follows your like when you on your important days he's there.
Yes.
You know, and I think what makes your coach? Why have you stayed with coach so long?
Okay, so I had, as I said before, that Italian guy was very great, and I didn't notice it in that point in time because I was a beginner, and when I hit the scene, I was solely looking to be that top guy, and I wanted whatever got me to that point. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't thinking long run. I wasn't thinking health wise. I wasn't thinking a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I switched. But my coach now, I locked in with him. When I say locked in, I stayed with him because of the person that he is. He cares about me in way more than a bodybuilding sense. He cares about me in health-wise. He cares about me behind or after the competition season. You know what I'm saying? He does look at my weak points. We do address those weak points in the off-season or the growth season, you know? A lot of guys out here they don't even have a growth season. It's like after they compete, they're gone. And they do their own thing until it's time to prep again. Then the coach pops up like, hey, I'm here. Take these drugs. Start this prep. You're good. You know what I'm saying? With him, it's not like that. We work all year round together. So we talk all year round. Everything I go through, he knows. Everything he goes through, I know. You know, so he knows how to talk to me. He knows how to prep me. And those kind of things I look for in a coach is the understanding of the athlete. You know what I'm saying? He understands me on a different level rather than just bodybuilding.
Yeah, he's just not checking a box. It's like, oh, you
correct.
know. And you're not getting into no cookie cutter workout routine. It's tailor-made for you.
Correct.
And I think with you have a very good look. Like you can just tell like you have that X-frame. And I think you actually do follow like the art of bodybuilding, which I think is lost with a lot of these bodybuilders that are coming out. Like it's like, oh, I'm shredded. I can bench 3 plates or whatever. And it's like, well, the person who's the strongest on stage doesn't win. You know, the person who's shredded doesn't win. Sometimes the person that is shredded is going to win. But you know what? If you go against a guy with good symmetry and he's shredded, you're fucked.
Correct, and they know your athletes too. That's addressing those weak points in the growth scenes. That's developing that plan after they compete. Like, hey, we need to get you here. Knowing that next level, and as an athlete, knowing where you need to be as an athlete. Everybody gets on saying they look at their stage pick. You know what I'm saying? You look at your stage picks, you look at your competition, and you see where you need to be. As an amateur, I wasn't looking forward to just earning my pro card. I was looking at top pros. These are the guys I want to compete with. What do I need to compete with these guys? God, I need a bigger back. I need bigger legs. I need bigger arms. I need a bigger chest. So I was already in a progression phase rather than just, hey, I need this pro card or I want this pro card. You know, I was looking beyond that. So when I achieved my pro card, it wasn't a big deal to me. Like I was like, okay, I got the pro card. What's next?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think that's a good way of looking at it. Aim high. Like, I think when you're training, even when you're like your workout partners, that you need to work out with someone who's stronger than you, or have someone in vision that's you're gonna go against that's better than you.
Correct.
Because I think like some people will tell me like this person's my competition, and I was like, if they're local, it's too low.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you're your competition and they're at the local level, your competition should be like fucking a pro.
Yes.
Like that's like aim high, you might get low, but you have to aim a lot higher than that's just my theory on it.
Yes. I always say never shy away from competition. You know what I'm saying? Or never shy away from the tough stuff. I've trained with a lot of guys that are way more intense than me. You know, that lift way more than me. But their job, or when they train with me, was not just to run me into the dirt. It was to teach me that I had another level that I wasn't tapping into. And I saw that when I trained with those guys, because even though I wasn't lifting their weight, I was tapping into a whole other level. Because I was exhausted and I was down and I was hurt, but I was moving and I was keeping up. You know what I'm saying? So I looked at that and I learned from that, and I was like, oh my God, dude, I'm training comfortable, bro. I'm not pushing it. Because when I train with him, I push it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I got from training with guys that were more intense than me. And that's where I learned my style that I have today. You know, I train intense day in, day out because I can. Honestly, I can keep up with it, you know? And I want to progress.
I mean, that's a good thing. I mean, I think there's a lot of coaches in El Paso that I think they've lost it, where they themselves train comfortable and they train their clients comfortable.
Correct.
You know, because you're training 5 to 6 people at once.
Correct.
And I think that's where it's not a check mark. It's not.
I don't think a lot of them understand that, and I think a lot of them train safe.
Yeah.
They train very safe. But when you grow, or when you're training for bodybuilding or bodybuilding growth or progression or whatever it is, you're gonna experience those pains. It's gonna happen, bro. There's no one in this league, IFBB league, that trained to progress or got where they are by just training safe. They have experienced those injuries. They have experienced those pain that comes with it. You're lifting crazy loads day in, day out. You're trying to progress that. Everybody runs, I don't care who you are, everybody's running a progressive overload, right? So when you're running progressive overload, you're adding more weight, more tension, more intention behind every lift. You're gonna get hurt. It's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? When you address those and you get back on it.
So what do you do for recovery-wise? So when you get hurt and all that stuff?
You're my recovery guy.
Yes, that's what I wanted to hear, man.
James is my recovery guy because you said my name right.
Yes, fuck yeah. That's all.
No, honestly, dude, like consistent work is something that I always needed. I had it while I told you before. Yeah. I had it while I was in Germany, but when I got to the States, I kind of fell off because I was trying to find my spot. You know, I was in Amarillo for a while, which great place, but I couldn't lock in everything I wanted to there, and then I came to El Paso, and it took me a while, but now I'm starting to get that group that I need to help me progress. And you're one of those guys that's going to help me progress because you took me out of a lot of that pain. Even though I feel some now, as I said before, it comes with the game. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But you took me out of a lot of that pain, and that helps me push even more because I'm not you already know. I'm not the kind of guy that's going to sit here and be like, oh, I'm not feeling no pain. Great, I'm going to stay with the same weight. Negative. I'm going to slam it, bro. Yeah. If I feel good, that's why 100% me is scary. It scares me because I know what I'm going to do when I get to that gym. If I'm 100%, I'm going to push balls to wall. I might get injured. Who cares? But I'm going to push, you know?
But I think that's a great way of looking at it. But you have to have these people. Like bodybuilding, it's just not just training hard. You have to have all these things to help you. It's almost like a team, you know.
Correct.
You have your food, you have your recovery guy, you know.
And that's why they say it takes a community. When I said I was young and dumb because I thought it was just me. Yeah. I loved this sport when I first came in because it was an I for me. Yeah. You know, I played a lot of sports when I was younger and I hated it because it was a team sport. I can't control what another guy do. I can only control what I do. And if I'm always good and he's always bad, we're going to lose. Right? So when I first got into bodybuilding, I was like, if I'm always on point, I'm good. I don't need anybody else. I'm fine. You know? And I come to realize, no, bro, you do need other people. You need other eyes. You need people to help. You need recovery. You need these things, you know? And once I got there, that's when I realized, like, damn, bro, I was feeling myself. Yeah. You know?
Before we get out of here, what are some red flags you see in a coaches that...
Not being, how you say it, I guess, reactive. A lot of coaches are very one-dimensional. Like, let's say they have one plan and that one plan fits all. They're not reactive to what that client is going through, being that if that plan doesn't work, they steamroll with it. They push it harder. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? There's no reaction to what that client is going through. There's no plan B. It's just that plan and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So knowledge is a red flag. Yeah. Not having knowledge is a red flag. Not being reactive is a red flag for me.
You know, I see that a lot, and I see a lot of these coaches, they've been doing it for 10, 20 years, and I think they're burned out.
Yeah.
And they don't read anymore.
Correct.
And I think that's one of the things you should be like, if your coach isn't saying like, I read this or I looked this up, that's a red flag, because that your coach always, in any kind of job, nurse, you don't want that doctor that isn't up to date on his medication, or the nurse that, you know, like, oh yeah, I've been doing this for 50 years, but I haven't read a book in like
correct. And the follow the plan coaches, that's a huge red flag, guys. Like, clients are always going to ask questions. And I believe that's a major key, because when a client understands what they're supposed to do, they follow that direction even more precisely. When you understand the reason behind what you're doing, they follow the plan more. Not like, hey, coach, why am I doing fasted cardio? Because I said so. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck, dude? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of coaches don't understand what they're doing, so that's what they tell their clients. You know what I'm saying? And that client's like, all right, I'm gonna just get it done when I get it done. They don't understand the reason behind it at all.
Or even the intensity, or like what makes it work better. Or they do like fasted cardio and then they go have a donut, or all these small little things that just like threw everything out the window. And then sometimes I think with even fasted cardio, like it's, you know, if that person's a nurse and they've been walking all day, do they need fasted cardio? You know, I think a lot of coaches don't look at what they're doing for a living. Is like, oh, this guy's been working on the roof. Does he really need to do fasted cardio? You know, he's been lifting heavy. He's
sending you a cycle before checking your blood work. Flag.
All right, I just gotta ask this one. What's the worst cycle you heard of?
Oh my God, dude, I've heard so much. That's a big one. I'm not gonna say names, but bro. Test, I'm gonna just say the cycle, all right? I'm just say the cycle. Test 400.
Okay.
Trend 800. EQ a gram. Primo 200. Actually, Primo every other day at 100. Winstraw 50 every day. Anavar 100 before training. I'm not kidding you, bro. I'm not kidding you. Arimidex every day. Every single day. And this is one of those clients that did not submit blood work before that coach. So you can imagine what's going on at that point. This client ran this plan for over 20 weeks. And has nothing to show for it. When I say nothing, you can't tell that they were running that plan. You cannot tell. You probably tell from the acne and the fucking digestive response, not that they're having, but you can't tell.
Damn.
Yeah, bad, bro. Bad. That's the worst I ever heard.
Jeez.
No names again.
I mean, I just had to go over it because I remember you told me that. I was like, oh, fuck, that's just a good one.
And for clients that are new to this game, that are not getting into it, dude, like, I just say, have a goal. Like, don't rush the stage. Bodybuilding is always going to be there. I got it. You might be up there in age, or you're getting older, but understand, like, if you're looking for longevity, if you're looking to compete at a higher level, take your physique serious. Like, and honestly, look at yourself, critique yourself, let your coach critique you, work on those weak points, and then step on that stage when you know you're bringing your best package. Because you already spend a lot of money, bro. You're spending money, as an amateur, you're spending money on food, drugs, show, everything, coach. You're coming out of pocket, bro. Flights, Airbnb, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? And you're spending all that money for what? Just to show a package that's trash? Like, at least win the show, you know what I'm saying? At that point. At least work to win. So if you're just doing it just to do it, got it, cool, spend your money, do whatever you want, boo-boo, you got the bread. But if you're doing this to progress, rushing the stage is not a thing you want to do. It's not.
Yeah. And it's a competing season. Everyone's going to get on stage. Do you have any other advice that you have?
Pose. Pose like your life depended on it. I got it. We're all trying to come in shredded. We're all trying to come in full. Take your look serious. Part of taking your look serious is knowing how to show your look. Knowing how to pose. And not only how to pose, even posing to your strengths. A lot of guys understand mandatories. They understand facing movement. They understand, doing a front double, back double. But there's those little tweaks that makes it your pose. That makes it your strength. Whether it's a tilt of the hip, whatever it is, find your niche. And that only comes by posing continuously. Continuously, day in, day out. Treat posing like your diet. It has to happen.
No, I mean, I've noticed a huge difference with you helping me with my posing. Like, I feel a lot more comfortable, and usually I just do it the week before. And it just sucks when I go on stage and everyone's doing all cool stuff, and I'm like twitching, and I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for your help. I appreciate all the time and you helped me out. And it's just, you've been a very positive influence on my life. And this is the reason I brought you on this podcast, because I want you to show who you are, because you've helped me out a lot. I don't think I would be in the position I have today if it wasn't for you.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been very motivational to me, and I'm grateful for that.
Oh man, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm about to tear up over here, giving me all these praises. You know what I'm saying? But I don't feel like I did that much. I mean, I always thought you brought me on this podcast because you rub me down sometimes. But either way, the fact that I actually help you is great, dog. Honestly, no, like in this sport, like that's one thing that drives me is helping people. Like, there's a lot of people I can do posing for, I can help with posing or whatnot, but if you're not serious about it, then I am not going to waste my time. Yeah. I'm not. And you're actually serious about it. You take it very serious. So I'm going to give you my time and effort because of that. You know what I'm saying? Because you have the same mindset as I.
Cool. Yeah. That means a lot to me. Thank you guys for listening.
Peace out.